Hello. How are you doing? Hi, friend.
Hello there.
How are you today, friend?
I'm so good.
Are you
good, pal.
Are you in such a good mood?
Oh my god.
Oh my
god. What the hell?
I don't even know, man. What is going on, you guys?
Yeah.
My name is Zach.
My name is Joey.
And this is a podcast where we apparently make the creepiest fucking intros we can.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Because that was just really weird, and I don't know how we were just so on the same page there. Oh my god, it's almost like we talk to each other all the time.
Yeah, like at least once a week.
At least once a week. I think that's just coincidence.
Yeah, we just get each other, you know?
Yeah, we're like two peas in a bread toaster.
That's right.
We shouldn't be there, but we come out tasting delicious.
It's like jazz music.
Yeah,
sounds
just kind
good, but I don't know why.
Yeah, you just kind of listen, and you're like, huh, I liked that. I have no idea what it was, but I liked it. But yeah, welcome to the X-Stream. We're starting a new game this time.
That's right.
You've joined us at a great time. We're right at the beginning of a new game, Megaman Xtreme,
How fitting.
for the Game Boy Color. And yes, it's very fitting. It's almost like our namesake.
Almost.
Except not, because ours is spelled differently for copyright reasons.
And it means different things.
Yes, it does. And we'll tell you all about the deep lore of our own podcast name in another episode. Spoilers. But yeah, so we're starting off Megaman Xtreme today, and it's going to be a bit of a shorter episode because I have to run off to an appointment. So, sorry about that, guys. We'll spend a little more time recording next week.
Yeah.
So, right now, we're just going to talk a little bit about the opening of Xtreme and the intro. We're going to do this game a little bit differently than we have the past games, considering a lot of what we're seeing is from X1 and X2.
Yeah.
And we've already extensively covered those. Mm-hmm. Granted, our X1 is not quite up, but it will be up.
It's somewhere.
At some point. It's in the ether.
Yeah.
It's in the ether, and it might be in your earthers soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, it might be. Who knows? But we're just going to kind of break this up a little differently. It's going to be a shorter, I don't know, you call it arc, series? What are we calling these? Series?
Yeah. I like series. Or
Okay,
game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shorter game series. Let's go with series. Okay. It's a shorter series than our other episodes just because the length of the game itself is kind of small, and we don't really want to spend time talking about the same stuff we already did.
Yeah, so we'll do basically just like a general overview, I guess,
of
the game.
Yeah, we'll talk not in such detail as we did before, but we're going to talk about the major differences that we see, obviously, between the versions. So let's get to the game.
Yeah.
So, Mega Man Xtreme. First off, Game Boy Color. I already said that. Created in 2000. So, kind of end of the life of the Game Boy Color, if I'm not wrong.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure the SP was coming out. So I think that was when the Game Boy Advance was starting to really take hold.
Right.
Or at least becoming a thing. So I think this was later in the life cycle of the Game Boy Color. So I think they had a little more time here to make the actual game look nicer than games before it.
Very nice.
Because, I mean, you see the attention to detail from a Game Boy, and especially in the intro cutscenes here, which are also just not bad at all.
Sure.
So let's recap. You guys probably already know this verse, but I'm going to run you through it again. It is the year 21XX, and it is peaceful, and we have achieved Reploid and human coexistence. Hooray! And then it goes into a recap of how awesome X is. So X possesses a high level of intelligence, both emotional and logical. I could have worded that better. And nobody thought that it could be duplicated because he's so kind and warm, but so menacing and can destroy. They just kind of threw that last part in to contrast the kind and warm.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, he's like a Venus flytrap. That's the word. He looks beautiful from far away, but if you touch him, he'll bite you.
Nice. Nice from far, but far from nice.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I had that one stored.
Nice. That was real good. So Dr. Kane has studied X and created the Reploids from his schematics. Problem is, Dr. Kane is nowhere near as good or had as much time as Dr. Light, so he had some malfunctions in the robotic brains of the Reploids, and they became Maverick.
Yeah.
Then X, being the kind and warm soul that he is, becomes a Maverick hunter to help. So then we flash forward a bit to when Zero is found, who has the Game Boy Color version explicitly says has high attack power, which is an interesting way to describe Zero, but fair enough.
Okay, yeah.
I figure X also has high attack power, but
Right.
I guess we wanted to figure out how warm and cuddly X is.
Maybe not yet.
That's true. X is meant to be very attack forward, but not quite yet. Even though we've gone through so many fucking games at this point. He was found as a Maverick, and Sigma helped to bring him in, as we mentioned before in our X4 review, or X4 series. You already know this, and now he's fine, and was given the title of Special A level Maverick Hunter. I didn't realize they had rankings, but I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
But then Sigma rose up and rebelled, and X and Zero stopped him, and that was X1. And a little bit of prehistory. However, ... And now we're in the title screen. Oh, yeah. That's just how it is.
Yep.
It just says however, and then we're here. And then we just dive into an intro stage. But before we talk about that, we gotta hear it. Because that's how we roll in this.
Oh, that's true.
There's music to be played.
That is very true, Zach.
So before we talk anymore, let's play some music.
Cool.
For your earbuds. Because we're buds for your ears.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to go off on that one.
Boom.
Welcome back, X-Streamer dudes and dudettes.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
Sorry. I realize every time I take a drink, it really comes through super clearly on the mic.
I don't hear it.
I know you don't, but the X-Streamers do.
Ooh.
And I think they think I'm swallowing a gigantic horse because it's very loud. It's because it's right next to my Adam's apple.
It's part of the
It's
charm.
Exactly. It's our homemade charm.
Yeah.
It really makes you feel like you're sitting next to us as we're talking to you, like really close, like uncomfortably close.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe we back off a bit, but then we don't, and we actually move in closer, and we're just like
Your ears.
we're staring at you, deadpan.
Yeah.
Like no blinking, no blinking.
Also, we have knives.
But they're just play knives. Like those ones that retract in and do nothing when you stab them at somebody. Like from Spencer's Gifts or something. And it's like, please don't. This is just, no. Like, please leave. But yeah, let's talk about this intro stage, which is oddly familiar.
Oh, yeah.
It's, in fact, very familiar. It's in fact, the exact stage
same.
from X1.
Wait. No, it's not the exact same.
No, you're right. There are minor differences.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it. So first off, X wonders where he is now, and then boom, we're on the highway from X1.
Yep.
We're just here.
Just doing it again.
We're doing it all over again. Girls are doing it for themselves, yo. Although the graphics, you know, again, I mentioned it before, but for a 2000s Game Boy Color game, it does not look bad.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. It's like almost as good as the Super Nintendo, but like obviously not quite.
Yeah, like if you condense that onto like an NES cartridge, like if this is what like if they could make Mega Man X on the NES, I think it would kind of look like that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks great. And the 8-bit highway theme is just, it's cute. It's adorable.
Yeah. I love the 8-bit versions.
Yeah, it's really good for an 8-bit theme.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, it's a weird contrast coming off of X4 and hearing that crazy good music that had so much full volume to it and like depth, and this just kind of being like 8-bit again.
Right.
But I mean, I can't compare it to that because it's on a completely different class of its own.
Yeah, and it's like X1. Well, I mean, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like the best.
Yeah. again, for the console it's on, the Game Boy, like it's really good. Yeah. It's very good. And then there's a mini cutscene of X remembering this highway because he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I've been here before."
Yeah.
And
kind of just to like give an excuse. You know, it's like, hey, we did this already.
Yeah, it's like, this sounds familiar. And it's like, yeah, I know, I'm having deja vu, like times a bajillion. But yeah, it's basically the exact same highway with the same enemies. They have those flying dudes. They have the crusher robots. I didn't see the ones that shoot lasers and missiles though.
Yeah. True. I think
they cut out some of the enemies.
True.
But that's probably just to make room.
Yeah, it's a Game Boy.
Yeah, they don't have as much space to work with here.
Yeah.
But yeah, even that like kind of comes through with the giant bee mini bosses. They're a lot smaller.
I was so pleased about that.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
They're like as big as X, I think. Like there might be like a minimal size difference. Before they were like huge and menacing, but now they're just like beep.
They're just there.
Little actual size bees. So they're not as menacing. And another, no, I don't think I need to talk about that.
Fair enough.
I was just gonna talk about how like when the bee explodes, it doesn't like show it falling. It just kind of like bloop, and you're in the bottom now.
Right.
But again, that's just because
that's Game Boy.
Game Boy. So
yeah.
Again, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that at all. Just pointing out the differences. Then you run into like a glowing rectangle eventually.
Here's a difference.
Yeah, that's a difference. Big
Found
glowing
one.
rectangle. We found one. Ring the alarm,
Guys.
Woo! But yeah, this big glowing rectangle is an autosave.
Yeah.
So I don't know what. First off, like, I get that you need to have checkpoints, I guess, in case they die.
Right.
But, like, why did it have to be this gigantic, huge rectangle of flashing light? Why couldn't it have just been like a marker that we don't even see?
And it's not even like made like artistically. Like it's just they just put programmed a big square.
Exactly, it's just a big fucking square. Like, hey, I don't belong here. I clearly do not belong in this game.
Right.
Can you bring me back to Pong? I think I've lost from Pong. I made a left turn at Qbert, and now I'm in this game. But yeah, I don't know. I think they could have done that a little bit better. That just seemed a little ham-fisted. Like, we need to put a checkpoint system in. Just fuck it. Just put a glowing fucking rectangle in, Jeffrey. I need to go to bed. I haven't seen my wife in 3 days. But yeah, keep moving on here. And again, not going to recap everything. This is the same highway from X1, yo. Like, there's no differences to talk about.
Yeah.
I guess you could talk a little bit about the controls of X.
Okay.
Those are a little different. The dash really is the big difference here for me. There's no dedicated dash button.
Right.
Because the Game Boy doesn't have that many buttons.
Right.
So it's either using the start button or double tapping the direction you're running in, which is kind of awkward.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a normal like Game Boy thing.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't you can't do as many cool tricks.
Yeah, of course.
Without it being like a dedicated button.
Yeah.
So it's not as like cool to do like sprint jumps and sprint attacks and stuff like that. It's a little harder. But yeah, I guess other than that, again, it's not any fault of the game, but it's just a fault of the hardware limitations. It didn't have that many buttons. So yeah, fair enough. I'll bring that up. But then you get to the boss of the stage, Vava. Vava, who is just vile.
Yeah.
But they just neglected to change his name to Vile, because in Japanese his name is Vava.
Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know if to change it for this one.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, fuck it. How many people are going to play this one anyway? Right, Steven? Nobody gives a shit. So, yeah, we're fighting Vava, who politely requests that we die.
Yeah, sorry, if you could, if you get a chance, just, like, die.
Me just like, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah. Also, can you put some covers on those TBS reports? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Made that joke at work a couple weeks ago, and like nobody got it. I'm like, come on, are you kidding me? Get out of town. What do I have to say to you? Like, can I have my stapler? Yeah, so he politely requests that we die. But unlike X1 here, another difference, woo! You can actually beat Vile. You actually have to beat Vile. You can't just lose to him.
Right.
So you have to take him down like any other boss.
Nice.
So he's kind of a pushover, though.
Of course, if you have to beat him.
Yeah, I mean, any intro stage bosses have all been basically pushovers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you take him down. He does robot stuff. He punches. He charges. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you take him down, and then we have a quick cutscene.
Yep. Different from the original X1.
Yes, another difference. We do. We have little cutscene interstitials. So X asks Zero, "What the hell is going on?" And Zero basically says that now we see terrible confusion. Okay, that was a weird way to phrase that, Zero. I know I normally do, like, I sometimes do basically like my version of what's being said, but that was just what was written.
You're just reading it right now.
I was just reading that. Now I've slipped back into my I need to paraphrase persona.
Yeah.
Someone broke into the mother computer system and set its data to sabotage world order.
What?
Okay, I'm confused. I don't quite get that.
So is the world ordered on the computer?
Yeah, like, is the whole world being, like, run through this one computer? That seems a little dumb. If I'm just speaking logically as a human being. There's redundancy in so much shit.
I don't understand.
It's like, okay, guys, we have the codes for every evil thing, every evil Reploid is going to be on this computer here. This one computer. And if anybody fucks with it, they can basically just pop out and fuck with us again.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good idea? Yup, great. Nailed it. We nailed it in one, guys. Let's go home. The mother computer's got this.
Done.
Quick question. Do you think the mother computer is related to the mother brain from Metroid?
I don't know. I never played Metroid, actually.
Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm gonna give you some homework one later. Hey guys, tweet at us at It's the Xtreme. Let me know if mother brain and mother computer are the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I still don't get it, but whatever, you know. I'm gonna set aside my disbelief and move along here.
Yeah.
So they're trying to reproduce fight data of the past through this mother computer, which I still don't get it. Whatever. We were brought back from the data world. So we were in the data world unbeknownst to us?
We were in it.
How did X get there in the first place?
He transferred.
Does he like slip and fall into the data? It's like, whoop, nope, now I'm in the data.
It's like the Matrix or something.
Yeah, you like jack in and he just forgot.
Yeah.
Or did he like step in a puddle of data and it's like, oh, no, I'm in data now. Damn it, I just got these new robo boots and I stepped in data. Fuck me. But yeah, we were brought back from the data world by the world's greatest computer genius, MIDI.
Yeah.
MIDI? Mighty? I don't know. M-I-D-D-Y. MIDI.
MIDI.
Madai.
MIDI.
Madu.
It's MIDI.
MIDI, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who's the world's greatest computer genius? And we'll do an internet backstory on MIDI momentarily.
Yes.
X is huge compared to MIDI, by the way, in the little cutscene here.
Yeah.
Like, he's a whole
like
foot taller than MIDI. He's like a mini MIDI. It's like we condensed this MIDI into a bit format.
Nice.
Thank you. Technical joke.
I got it.
Thank you. And so MIDI tells us to fix the computer, we must fix the core. But to get to the core, we need to break the protections, or something like that, or clear the protections, which is just old boss data.
Right.
So yeah, they
More
literally
data.
be like, "Hey, this is going to be your state select screen." So we have to go into the compy as data and crush all the past bosses so that we can get to the core and fix the mother computer.
Cool.
Yeah, so Zero says he'll stay in control of the shenanigans on the outside world because somehow this data is corrupting the outside world too? I don't know.
But
It's not really explained.
we don't have to understand it.
Maybe Internet Backstory will help us. Then MIDI installs us into the computer and we disappear?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like we disappear.
Just
Like
Game Boy
we
style.
Yeah, we like plop, 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 and then just like poof, out of existence.
I guess that's how you transfer.
Yeah, it looks like you just plop out of existence. I spilled tea on myself. No. Sorry, guys. I'm a messy boy today. Sorry about that.
Oh, you actually spilled something on yourself?
Yeah. No, I actually did.
That's funny.
Being a messy boy.
That's even funnier.
Okay. So that was the intro stage.
Yeah, that was it. Pretty much like X1, a little bit more stuff,
Yeah.
I guess.
But before we go on here, I think it behooves me to talk a little bit about, well, first, I'll talk about MIDI, and then I'll talk about the game itself, I guess, because I already missed my opportunity to talk about the game during a backstory, so I may as well just put it at the end here. So, first, internet backstory for MIDI.
Yeah. Internet backstory.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Internet backstory for MIDI. MIDI is one of the greatest computer geniuses in the world and manages the Hunter base's mother computer throughout the game. MIDI's twin brother Techno was manipulated by Sigma and attempted to hack into the mother computer by directly connecting his CPU to the computer used for hacking.
All right.
Oh no. Okay, I'm not going to say the rest of this backstory because it's spoilers for the rest of the game.
All right, save it.
I'm saving it. What else do we got here? His name is clearly a reference to the MIDI audio format.
Yeah, there we go.
Which, there you go. Fucking A.
Yeah, makes sense.
According to the Megaman X Complete Works, the rescuable Reploids in Megaman X6 are based off of MIDI. So that's cool. We'll keep an eye out for that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only Reploid resurrected in Sigma in the Worlds Unite Archie comic books that wasn't a Maverick before his death.
Ah.
Interesting. I haven't gotten there yet in my readings. But without spoiling the rest of the game here, that's all I'm willing to tell you about internet backstory for MIDI.
Internet backstory. All right.
Yeah. And then, guess what? We're going to have another quick internet backstory right now.
Internet backstory.
Back to back. It's like a fucking jam-packed internet backstory time. For the game itself this time.
Oh, let's hear it.
So, Megaman Xtreme, known as Rockman X Cyber Mission in Japan, is a spin-off title of the Mega Man X game series, developed for the Game Boy Color. Mega Man Xtreme is said to chronologically take place between Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3, although gameplay-wise, it is mostly a remix of the first two Mega Man games.
Yeah. But they are just having some deja vu or something, according to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The graphics and music are downgraded to an 8-bit NES quality due to the Game Boy Color's limits. The game and its sequel have been praised for giving gamers a glimpse into what Mega Man X series would have been like on the NES. This is just a blatant advertisement, so I'm not going to say that. It's available for download now.
Great.
I already went through the story, so we don't have to talk about that. Okay, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about the development.
Okay.
As a last-minute decision by Capcom, the Japanese version of the game made its initial inconspicuous debut as a playable demo at E3 in May of 2000. The game was later shown again at Tokyo Game Show the following fall. Haruki Suetsugu? I'm sorry, I messed that up. Was the sole artist responsible for the game's character designs and cover art, which are actually really cool.
Cool.
Have you seen the cover art?
No, I don't think so.
You should look it up. It actually looks really good.
I'm gonna look it up.
It looks like you
right
could
now.
hook it up as a poster.
Yeah.
The entirety of the game's cover illustration was done in Painter, foregoing the usual cell-painted look of central figures as Suetsugu wanted to give the whole image a sense of summery as well as luxury. His only regret regarding the piece was that he didn't use crisper colors. The twins' MIDI and techno were designed so that if one's helmet was turned 90 degrees, its shape would mirror the others. That's pretty cool.
Wow. That is, like, really thought out.
Yeah. Like, holy, that's super cool. What else we got here?
I always loved the Game Boy Color covers, you know?
Yeah, they always give, like, such a cool little, they put so much effort. It's like, This is what they would have wanted it to look like if the Game Boy Color was just better.
Right.
It's like, this is the one we're looking for, guys. Like, this, look at this.
Just imagine this.
Imagine this when you're playing. Additionally, MIDI was illustrated with soft round lines, and techno was given more sharper pointed angles to better reflect their personalities. Going by his instructions to make armor characters, Suetsugu designed Zane and Gimil in contrast to one another by giving them heavy and light armor plating, respectively. Zane and Gimil being the main bad guys in this game, who we'll talk about later. Initially, he felt their illustrations would be too complex for the Game Boy Color's graphical capabilities, but he was greatly impressed with the outcome, praising the skills of the game's graphic designers.
Cool.
And that is all I got for Megaman Xtreme Internet Backstory.
Internet Backstory. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where we're going to actually end it today.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very short episode compared to our last ones.
That's true.
I know. It reminds me of when we first started.
Yeah, good times.
Good times. Yeah, we would make really short episodes.
But next episode will be a longer one.
Next episode will be a little longer when we have a little more time, a little more things to talk about. Mm-hmm. But this has been the beginning of Xtreme, yo. Yeah. It's looking promising.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I like it. For a Game Boy Color game, I'm liking it.
I'm liking it too.
Let's do our little sign-off-y stuff here. Do you want to take the reins this time? I feel like I always take the reins.
Sure.
All right, go for it.
So yeah, thank you everyone for listening, supporting us. As usual, we'd love your feedback.
Mm-hmm.
You know where to reach us. Our email, itsthextreme@gmail.com. Twitter,
Yep.
@itsthextreme.
You got it?
iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, YouTube.
We're fucking everywhere, yo.
Right?
We're fucking everywhere.
So good.
If I had the time, we'd have an Instagram or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, thanks again for listening. If you have anything you guys want to reach out to us about, you know how to do it. We love you guys the most. You guys are awesome fans. I know we're a very tight-knit, small group right now, but we're powerful.
The strong group.
We're a strong, powerful group. Like an Oreo? I don't know.
We're at least as tasty as an Oreo.
Yeah, we're like the Oreo cookies of podcasts. You know, the small cookie.
No, genius.
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Help me, I'm drowning in my words.
We're s'mores also.
Damn it, we're making it worse.
No, all-dressed ruffles.
We're the all-dressed ruffles of podcasts. Oh my god. Oh, this went off the rails so much.
This is going to be on our next t-shirt. The all-dressed ruffles of podcast.
The all-dressed ruffles of podcast. I love it. Oh, I'm crying. Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. Again, this game doesn't have password screen either, so we're saving again. So don't forget to write down the instructions on how to save.
Oh yeah, that's true. Don't forget to write it down.
Don't forget to write it down. Don't forget to write down our Twitter handle. Don't forget to write down our email. Don't forget to write down important instructions, because you don't want to forget that.
Yeah.
Don't forget to write down your address in case of an emergency, because somebody might need to reach you.
Or your thoughts. Don't forget to write down your thoughts and send them to us.
Yeah. If you don't want to send them in a diary, just send them to us.
Yeah. We'll just, in
a direct message. Yeah, we'll broadcast it. We'll retweet your thoughts. But yeah, we're just kind of vamping at this point, and I gotta head out.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
We'll
talk to you guys next week.
Don't forget to write it. There it. Right.